What's up, Spurs fans? This is Tom, the Spurs dude, talking Spurs basketball. The San Antonio Spurs defeat the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight, making their record 8-1. What does that mean in terms of Spurs basketball? Well, I'm going to break that down for you. Tonight was maybe the best night for a Spurs fan. As of right now, the Spurs have a better record than the Los Angeles Lakers. Yes, the Los Angeles Lakers. The Spurs 8-1, Lakers 8-2, losing tonight to the Phoenix Suns in Los Angeles. But what does this all mean, Spurs fans, in terms of the Spurs being better and improving as a basketball team? Well, for one, the Spurs have started off their season a whole lot better than they did last year. This time around last year, many Spurs fans were very, very worried of how their season was going to end up. Many Spurs fans were concerned about Richard Jefferson, whether or not Richard Jefferson was going to improve as a basketball player for the Spurs. What was he going to do? Was he going to take them further into the playoffs? We really didn't see that. But as of right now, the San Antonio Spurs have done the unthinkable. They're 8-1. The Spurs have acquired Tiago Splitter, James Anderson, Alonzo G, and Gary Neal. These players, these new acquisitions to this ball club, have pretty much determined the wins and losses for the Spurs team for this season already. So, with that said, the Spurs beat the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight. Matt Bonner goes 7 for 7 from three-point range. Where was the defense for the Oklahoma City Thunder? Where was it? This is a team that's been hyped up for many years now. But tonight, the Spurs proved otherwise. Have the Oklahoma City Thunder moved a step back? Or have the Spurs moved 2 steps forward? Too close. So when you think about it, Spurs fans, just how good are the San Antonio Spurs? Well, you know what? They're pretty darn good. 8-1. Now you just think about that for a little minute. 8-1. I mean, gosh darn it. I mean, I really didn't know that we were going to be 8-1. But you know what? We are. And the Spurs, as of right now, are better than the Los Angeles Lakers. Yes, it's only a win, or actually a loss, less than the Lakers. The Spurs 8-2. I mean, the Spurs 8-1, and the Lakers 8-2. So that means that the Spurs are better than the Lakers. But that doesn't mean much because of the season that remains. So hopefully the Spurs continue playing Spurs basketball like this throughout the season. DeJuan Blair, Gary Neal, Richard Jefferson, Monty Ginobili, Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Matt Bonner tonight. If we can get the same consistency from the Spurs throughout the entire season, I see them finishing very strong, not only reaching 50 wins or more at the end of the season, but progressing further into the playoffs this year. The number one team in goal right now to defeat the Los Angeles Lakers. They have won 3 NBA championships in the past 3 seasons. And if you're a Spurs fan and you're not hungry for a title, then you have no business rooting for this team. Because every Spurs fan out there, around the globe, is desperate for an NBA title. But Spurs fans, no need to fear, because the 2010 San Antonio Spurs are ready for the Los Angeles Lakers. Say what you will about the Spurs being old and slow. Call them old, call them slow. But at the end of the day, they're still winning basketball games. At the end of the day, they still have experience. At the end of the day, they will prove your team wrong if you try to test them. I'm not calling out any other team. But if you're going up against the San Antonio Spurs right now, you better be ready. Because this team is nothing to mess with. Now, I expect the Lakers to respond sooner or later. But they haven't really been playing Lakers basketball lately. Now, they've got 2 games coming up against the Bucks and the Detroit Pistons. They can make up for these 2 losses very easily if they play defense. But if they fail to do so, then guess what? The Spurs are going to have a better record. They're going to win 2 more extra games, and then that's going to come and haunt the Lakers come playoff time when it comes to seedings. Right now, if you're a team in the Western Conference, your job is to win as many basketball games as possible. Why? Because in the past 3 NBA seasons, we have seen the Western Conference be very, very competitive at the end. And if you don't have enough wins at the end of the season in the Western Conference, you may not make the playoffs. You may win 50 games, but that might not even be enough. Whether as for the Eastern Conference is concerned, you can win 30 games and still make the playoffs, but that's because the East is weak and the West is the best. So Spurs fans, the Spurs are 8-1. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know what you think of this season so far. Who's your favorite Spurs player? Is it DeJuan Blair, aka Windex? Is it Manu Ginobili? Is it Richard Jefferson? State your comments below and let me know what you think. You can hit me up at TomTheSpursDude@hotmail.com. Find me on Facebook under Thomas Vega. Follow me on Twitter at TomTheSpursDude. And visit my website for all the Spurs updates at www.tomtheSpursDude.weebly.com. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think. Go Spurs, go. Let's drive for 5 in 2010, or actually 2011. Drive for 5 is alive. Go Spurs, go, everybody. You know what it is. Hit me up.